Hi, and welcome back. In this recording, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at an end user, and an IT technician end user specifically, who will be fulfilling the use case of adding a record to DNS by way of a service anywhere request. And this fulfillment of this request happens in really two parts. There's one part that is service anywhere that handles the request intake, collecting the parameters from the end user. And then the request fulfillment is initiated by Service Anywhere, but it's really performed and fulfilled by way of an integration out to HP Operations Orchestration. HP Operations Orchestration is a enterprise orchestration automation product provided by HP that can be leveraged and integrated with relative ease. This is really part one of a two-part demo. So the first part that we'll be looking at here in this specific video is the end user perspective, what it takes to log a request, and what it takes to confirm that that request actually got completed successfully. So here I am. I'm logged into the employee self-service portal of HP Service Anywhere. This is a SaaS-based service management solution. So this is the end user portal, and I'm acting as an end user at this point. I'm going to drill into the Greenlight demo category here, and we can see that we have a number of items. We have the capability to build a high availability Linux virtual machine. We could remove from DNS, but in our case, we're going to add to DNS here. So the placing of the request, again, through this end user portal is extremely simplistic. We have to provide a business justification, need DNS entry for our application. Okay, this is, again, a use case that would typically be performed by an IT technician who perhaps is responsible to build new systems or maintain systems. So the parameters that we need to place into the request are the domain that the DNS entry needs to be put in. We need the short host name of the DNS entry, and then we also need the IP address that we want associated. These are three very common parameters that are included in DNS request processes. So this is not anything that's super special at this point. We're going to go ahead and put this DNS entry into the dev glg LCL domain, and our host name, just for the sake of demonstration, we're going to do demo. So by the time this request is completed, we should have a DNS entry for demo.dev.glg.lcl. And the IP address we're going to use for this is 10.10.13.203. This is just one of our sample IP addresses that we have in our network space. From an end user perspective, that's it. I'm going to hit submit. My request is going to get submitted. I get my request number back, and I'm happy. Okay. In the background, what is happening is Service Anywhere is initiating the request, initiating a task plan, and as part of that task plan from a fulfillment perspective is to automatically engage with HP Operations Orchestration to pass the parameters that we took in over to HPOO and let HPOO go ahead and do the actual work. Already in the background, I've should have received some emails telling me that my request has been received and that the automation is being initiated and is getting kicked off. If I go to my request piece here, I can immediately see that I have a service request for add to DNS that is, I can either accept it or reject it. But if we take a look at it, this ticket that I updated a few seconds ago, we can see from the circle map here that it's already in the validation stage. So me as an end user, that tells me that it's been through 3/5 of the process, and it's now in that fourth step, if you will, which is the validation piece. So me as my end user, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that what I requested actually happened. So here I am as my end user, and I'm going to confirm the action that I requested, right? The adding of the DNS entry actually completed as though it did. So I can validate that the work that was requested actually got completed as I expected it to. So I'm going to do that with the usage of NSLOOKUP. So I'm going to do an NSLOOKUP against the IP address that I used, 10.10.13.203, if you remember, was the IP address we used in the actual request. And if we do that NSLOOKUP, we can see that our DNS entry for demo.dev.glg.lcl got added into DNS successfully, and it's there, thus completing the request validation step that I, as an end user, needed to perform. So if I go back into Service Anywhere, I can quickly accept this particular request. I'm going to drill into it here momentarily. We can see that there's some interaction history, and oh look, HP Operations Orchestration, or HPOO. That execution succeeded, and we added a record, and that was completed successfully. So here we are. I'm just going to go ahead and click accept. And now my request has moved to the done phase, so we can see that my request is completed now. I, as an end user, I'm perfectly happy. I placed my request. My request got completed in an automated fashion and extremely quick. Within a matter of seconds, my request was completed, and I'm moving on throughout in a happy manner. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on part 2, where we actually dive into the actual backend configuration, a little bit of the Service Anywhere side of this in part 2 of this 2-part video. Thank you.